Morning. So, so I've been talking to my therapist more lately, and so the video journaling is supposed to be a little bit more helpful, just because, she recommended like regular journaling, but I asked her about it because at the rate that like my brain and my thoughts go, this is such a weird angle. At the rate that my brain and my thoughts go, it's really hard for my hand to like keep up. So I asked her, is video journaling an okay substitute? And she said, yeah. She said, it should be perfectly fine. So, I've been trying to keep up on that. Another thing that she did suggest is that I write a letter to my mother, which is definitely going to be a big thing, because I've got at least 15 years worth of memories right now of not great things, and we've been going back and forth, I guess, for at least that amount of time, if not longer. So there's a lot that I have to cover, but I think the biggest struggle, because she said ultimately it's up to me after I write this letter whether or not I actually want to give it to my mother. But my biggest thing is that I do kind of want to give it to her, because I need her to know how I feel, but I don't know how to word it so that it doesn't come off as me attacking her, And that's like a big problem. That's why I've struggled so hard with talking to her about how I feel, because even though I do feel the things that I do, and they are in response to things that she has said or done, if I say this is how I feel because of this, then I'm automatically attacking her and I'm disrespecting her and, yada yada. And so it's hard to like really go about that. And so I'm kind of struggling with that, but I have to get it out. Like, I can't just keep it in my brain for the rest of my life, because I'm never going to heal from it, And so sorry, I keep yawning. So I don't know. So I'm definitely going to write this letter. I just don't know exactly what to say on it. But it's funny because since I decided to actually start dealing with my my mental health, and actually not even just my mental health, but like my health in general. Like, I bought a yoga mat so I can start doing yoga to kind of ease me back into like actually working out. Because I would like to lose 50 pounds by my birthday, and that's like 6 months, I think, a little less than 6 months away. It is kind of a big goal, but if I work at it, I can get somewhere close to there. But oh my goodness. But ultimately, my overall goal is to lose about 100 pounds. So since deciding to work on my physical, mental, and emotional health, and spiritual health, that's been kind of a big one too. But since I decided that I wanted to do these things, I feel like I have a little bit more determination and a little bit more of a desire to actually get out of bed and start my day, which is a huge thing for somebody with debilitating depression, Last night I did, I think, like 15 minutes of yoga, and, my first thought was, oh, Brie, you couldn't even do a half an hour or whatever. But I haven't worked out in a very long time. So then I had to flip that, that negative thought into a positive one, and said, you know what? At least you did something. It may have only been 15 minutes, but it's a start. And ultimately, and I I am trying so hard to turn all of my negative thoughts into positive ones. And it's a lot harder than I thought it was. You know, it's not just as simple as like, me saying, "Oh, I can't do it," to saying, "You know what? No, I can." Like, it's not that simple. Like, my brain is programmed to just constantly be negative, constantly expect the negative. Like, it's just yucky in there. So it's really hard to like actually turn all of that stuff into positive. Like, it's not a natural thing for me to be positive. I have to consciously tell that negative thought, no, hey, we're going to flip that. And it takes so much extra work, which is why I think I have a little bit more energy when I start the day, because my body knows we're going to be spending the day combating my negative thoughts. So, and I am still extremely tired in the evening. Like, I get tired around 7. And and it's not just because of like the time change or whatever. It's just, I'm just tired, from getting through my day, from surviving through my day. And but I'm working on it. I'm one of the things that I've been doing to try and boost my mood and build my self-confidence is my makeup, which is, not too shabby. I'm not great at makeup, but I am decent. I get by. I don't think I look too bad. So I've been asking my sisters for help, just, kind of get them involved with it. And so they pick out makeup ideas or whatever for me to try. And so last week was my baby sister's. She picked a little bit more complicated ones with like cut creases and stuff like that. And I don't really know how to do that stuff yet, but I did attempt for a few days. That I got overwhelmed with the whole upcoming election, which has passed by now. But last week, it was still upcoming. So I kind of failed last week. So this week is my other sister. And so she's got a little bit more of like neutral colors, more of colors that like blend together, which I can actually do. It's not so much the cut crease thing. And then next week will be my other sister's turn to pick colors. But this week it's, most of them, they look like pretty like fall colors, just kind of neutral and stuff that I can do. So I'm kind of excited about that. And I'm hoping, that at least by getting up in the morning and taking the time to like at least just put makeup on. Like, I stayed in bed a little bit later today, like I think like 20 minutes later than I was supposed to. So I didn't really have a chance to do my hair, so I threw it up in a bun. But I did still do my makeup. And so I'm trying to spend the morning getting myself ready and spending that time with God. Worshiping God, talking to God, and I'm trying to heal my spirit, my soul, and get it ready for whenever he decides to come back and hopefully take me with him. I understand that there's a lot of different beliefs on, what's to come and all of that other stuff, but what I believe, is that he's gonna rapture his church, and then all of the other stuff with the Antichrist and the 7 years of tribulation and, all of that stuff. And if my mental health has proved that I can't really handle this part of life, I don't think I would be able to handle the rise of the Antichrist. However, I also don't have my full trust in Jesus and God. I'm still fighting my natural ability or my natural instinct to try and do this by myself when I don't have to. So I'm working on my spiritual health, working on my physical health in the form of working out, trying to drink more water, cut out the soda, because Pepsi's my thing. So it's definitely going to be an adventure. I'm trying to eat a little bit better, and and then my mental health and working with my therapist to work through my past traumas. So that way, if it does come up again and, for whatever reason I do have to talk about it or something comes up that reminds me of it, it's not as big of a trigger so that it sets off a seizure. Like, I don't want to spend the rest of my life walking on eggshells because I might have a seizure. I don't want to never have a regular life because if my stress levels get too much, then I'll have a seizure. Like, I don't want to be living in fear of constantly having a seizure. Like, there was, I'm wearing my Disneyland shirt. There was a whole year, I think, and a half that I couldn't go to Disneyland because the fear of a seizure was way bigger. And Disneyland is my happy place. Disneyland is my peace, my home, and I couldn't go there. And that just set me off so much more and made things so much worse. And I don't want to live in constant fear. Like, I'm 30. I don't have any children. I've had a couple of miscarriages in my early 20s. And since then, it's hasn't really been in the cards. And so I think it just kind of got to a place like a couple of years ago where I just said, I don't want kids. It's just easier to say that you don't want kids instead of admitting that you do, knowing that it most likely won't happen. And that's due to physical health. Because I have a hormone imbalance. And then what I found out was every single thing that is wrong with me is all linked together with the hormone imbalance. And I haven't really found like a way to really level that out, because I guess when your hormones are imbalanced, then it messes with your estrogen and testosterone levels, which of course messes with my fertility. It also messes with my insulin, which is due to the weight gain. And I guess it also has something to do, I forget exactly what it is, but with the hormone imbalance, it also messes with the way that you handle stress, which ultimately turned into my stress becoming physical symptoms in the form of seizures. So everything that I've read so far kind of comes down to my hormone imbalance. And, the couple of doctors that I've talked to over the years are like, oh, well, you just have to lose the weight. You don't think I've tried? I've tried to lose this weight. I'll lose like 10 pounds and be like, yeah, whatever. And then I blink and it's back. I blink again and I've gained more. Like, it's a constant thing. So, but the difference now is that I am going to go above and beyond to find whatever doctors I need to actually listen to me when I say that my PCS has messed me up, or PCOS has messed me up, and that I want children. I want children, and I want to be able to have a child and not worry that when I'm like tired for, not sleeping the first whatever months, because, babies need a lot of attention and you don't sleep very much in the beginning. I don't want my lack of sleep and the stress of hearing my baby cry in the middle of the night because they need something to set off a seizure and that I can't take care of my baby, And those are things that all contribute to me saying, I just don't want kids. But that's not true. So, and it's not just for wanting a kid that I want to do all of these things. I'm tired of being unhealthy in every form. So, I'm gonna get on it. I called or I think I sent an email to a mental health clinic which has neuropsychologists, which hopefully, if I end up getting linked up with the right one, it will, or they should be able to kind of help bridge the gap between my mental health issues that manifest into the physical ones. So that way they can kind of work together so that I can deal with the mental side so that it won't turn into a physical side, but also be able to treat the physical side from the mental side, So it's a whole like song and dance thing, but I'm hoping I end up finding the right doctor like for it. And I did make an appointment with a new women's clinic. So I'm gonna go see a new gynecologist and talk to them about all of my history with my reproductive stuff and whatever. And if that person can't specifically help me, then as long as they listen and they can refer me to someone who can, that's kind of where I'm headed. And if they can't, then I'll call someone else. And I'm just trying to do little things at a time. My health, my overall health, is a huge thing by itself. That's 4 parts of my health to deal with: mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual. That's a lot of parts to work on at once. And I'm trying really hard to like balance it out so that way I don't overwhelm myself and trigger a seizure. But I also am putting a lot of stuff on my plate because I need to be able to become financially independent. Right now I'm in a great situation and I am truly, truly blessed, which I've mentioned. I'm staying with my aunt and uncle, and I'm working for my uncle, and the work hours, I work 40 hours, and it covers my room and board, right? I think that's the same thing. I don't know. It covers, me staying there, covers the food that I eat, and then it also is payment toward the truck that they're selling me. So, I'm logging all of that down, and then, so pretty much the only real money that I have is the tip set, that I make while I'm here at work. And so on average, I maybe have like $20 a week. So it's like less than $100 a month I ever have on me in cash. So it's been a little bit of a struggle, especially when there's things that I need. So I'm trying to find a remote virtual job or whatever, something that I can do off my laptop, because I have internet access here and it's something that I can kind of do throughout the day. But something that'll also be able to allow me to make money, save up, so that way I can, get a place of my own and do all the things that I need to do. So I've got 5 big things right now. And as long as I keep scheduling them out and realize that I am one person, recognize my limits, listen to my body when it's tired, then I think I should be okay. And I should be able to do it. I know it's not going to happen quickly. I know it's not going to happen overnight. My weight, I've been putting it on for over 10 years, so it's not just going to go away. And even if I lose the 50 pounds, like the whole toning process and, the tightening of the skin and the, sculpting thing, it's going to take a while. It'll probably be a couple of years really before I'm ever actually at a place where I feel 100% comfortable with my body. But it starts somewhere. And that's kind of what I'm working on. So I'm hoping Disney opens soon. I don't think it's going to open this year, which is a bummer. But I do hope it opens soon because I need to see the castle. I need to remember that I'm not done, you know? And there's just something about Disneyland that just keeps me going. It's the magic of it, I guess. But yeah, so it was a lot today. You know, this is a long video. I had a lot to get out. I haven't done this in like a week. I'll try and be more consistent so I can have shorter videos. But yeah, so I don't know. I guess I'm worried that I won't succeed. When I know I have to. And I think that's a lot of pressure. And I think that's what I'm worried about. But all I can do is take it one day at a time, 1 hour at a time, 1 minute at a time. Breathe in, breathe out. And just keep going. So, here's to breathing. See you later.